Welcome to another episode of the Codename Sister Podcast. This is your host, Nandi. What up, good people? What up? Let y'all in on a little secret. I am actually sitting right here at my computer with the mic in my face and my skates on. And the reason why my skates are still on is because I had sort of a little breakthrough tonight where, something that hadn't been clicking before just started clicking. And I'm going to first start by saying that one of the things I detested more than anything when relearning how to skate was doing T stops. And the reason for it is, well, for one, I just felt like I don't want to like wear my wheel out by constantly like dragging it across the floor, or whatever. But the biggest thing was that balance thing. My coordination was still kind of off. But in these last couple of weeks, my balance has been getting better and better. My core is getting stronger and stronger. So once I'm good and warmed up, T stops have gotten a lot easier. And a few days ago, my son was trying to show me this transition to go from forward to backward. And I couldn't catch on to it for the life of me. And it's only in the last day or two that I realized that the reason I could not catch on to that to that transition is because it incorporated some aspects of a T stop. But once I caught on, I got that balance and everything going came to the T stop. Doing the transition that he showed me, it was just like so natural, and I was like, "Wow, I really got it." So I have spent the last, I'd say maybe 45 minutes to an hour, just practicing this transition over and over and over again. And I'm in my head like, look, man, you did this. You challenged yourself, you didn't give up, and now you got it. So you got something you can add to your backwards game, which is also getting pretty strong. I've been strengthening my backwards game too. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to be out there doing like some of the JB skating and stuff that I see out there. I love watching them, and I can sit down and watch them for a while. I mean, because when you see people with that type of skill, it's a beautiful thing to look at. But I don't need to do every aspect of it. I look at it the same way I look at my business. When I started my bath and body company, my biggest thing was to make a deodorant that worked and didn't have like a lot of the toxins that we find in a lot of the mainstream deodorants and antiperspirants out there. So that was my most significant reason for starting my business. And then along the way, there were other products that I offered that I also enjoyed doing. But I say that to say, I knew from the get-go, from the giddy up, that I would never offer everything I could possibly think of to my customers, because I didn't have that love for or motivation to make everything. Because for one, everybody's not going to be my customer. And there's enough to go around. There's enough businesses and there's enough customers. So I don't feel like I have to fight this company and that company to get to get some of their business, because I sell a good product. If you want a good natural deodorant that works, that don't fail you midday, I make that. That formula was something that I pounded and pounded and pounded until I got it right. I put it through a testing panel of volunteers where they didn't have anything to gain, and nothing to lose from it. And those people gave me their honest feedback. And since that time, those formulas have been out there and they've been living up to their reputation. So those were things that I was interested in. So I said all that to say, every aspect of skating is not something that I have an interest in for myself. While I enjoy watching it, I derive pleasure from watching a lot of the skills out there, and there are some highly skilled skaters out there. I don't want to do every aspect of skating. Besides, I'm going to be 52 this year. I want my bones and knees and all that stuff, my joints to work for some more years. I want a few more decades of those things working. And the more things you learn, the greater, the more you increase your risk. And it's not a fear thing, it's a reality thing. And I don't want anything that's going to stop me from being able to skate. So I'm going to stick to the things that give me pleasure. So those are the things that I set out to learn. And doing transitions and skating backwards was, something that I wanted to add to it, and those things are coming along fine. I take skate lessons, and man, the instructor I have, she is superb. Y'all, if you are in search of skate lessons, y'all need to hit up Roller Fit. And let me see, is it Roller Fit ATL? Let me check. I'm gonna check real quick for y'all so I can let you know whether it's Roller Fit ATL or just Roller Fit, because y'all need to, because I know that there's a few out here right here in the Atlanta area who were saying that they wanted to take some skate lessons. And I had told them, matter of fact, let's get on out here to the rinks and outdoors or whatever and go get some skating in. So it's rollerfit.atl. Gloria Downs, she's the one who teaches the class, and she teaches them out of Stone Mountain skates. Get with her. She has upped my skating game. Between her and what I've learned from my son, oh man, I said if I wanted to go even further, I could, because when you got good people that know what they're doing, it goes a long way. So y'all get with that. What they say, you can get with this or you can get with that. I'm gonna leave that alone because I think it might be copyright to that or whatever, and I don't want them turning off my podcast just because of that. But that's what I wanted to talk about. I mean, something that, and also, let me say something. And I know that this right here is like, you know how you going down the road and all of a sudden you realize that you about to pass up your road and you hit the brakes and you swerving. That's what I'm about to do right now. I'm about to swerve. And the reason why I'm swerving, because I just want to say something, especially to a lot of our young women. And this could actually be said, could go for some of the older ones too. But, a lot of time, by the time they get my age and stuff, they didn't came to that begrudging understanding that a lot of this shit is not real. So what I want to say is I see a lot of young girls, and they'll be posting like pictures of couples hugged up and kissing and all of that stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's great when you can have a relationship with somebody and y'all have that intimacy. But what I want them to recognize is that a relationship is not just about that type of intimacy. Relationships go much deeper than that. There needs to be some type of compatibility, some type of complementarity between couples, between people when they get into relationships. So if you are out there looking to get in relationships because you want somebody to cuddle with when it get cold or some shit, or you want somebody to sleep in the bed with you, that is usually a sign that there's a void in you. And that's something that you will need to repair within yourself. You're not going to be able to get that in somebody else. And a lot of us, we go out into the world, and that's why we always giving up everything, always giving up the goods. We always jumping in the bed with this one and that one and starting all these quickie relationships that fizzle and burn out before you know it. Or we get with somebody who could be dangerous to us, or just turns our whole goddamn life upside down because we have these romantic ideals about what a relationship is. And we don't look at the work that goes into a relationship. There's going to be some work. Yes, it shouldn't be where you always constantly have to be in a struggle of sorts, with it. But there are going to be, because you're two different people coming together with your own personality, your own character, your own likes and dislikes. And at least I hope you have those things separate from the person that you're in a relationship, that you have things that are yours that you like to do, and they have their thing. And, again, yeah, great if you also enjoy some things that you do together, because that's kind of important too. But it's when it's that shit like you reading in these romance novels, and those things are just not real. That's not a real relationship. And I believe that that's why so many relationships in America don't last is because people go into them with the wrong idea of what a relationship is and what it's supposed to be about. They don't see that partnership aspect, that business aspect of it, that aspect of building something. And let me tell y'all something else. If you are in some type of situation with a person and you are afraid to ask them where the relationship is going because you're afraid it's going to end the relationship, let me tell you something. And I probably told you this in the past, but I'm going to say it again. You are not in a relationship, because in a relationship, a committed relationship, people discuss where they are. There's no need to wonder how serious the person is about you, because it's already been made clear. There's no need to wonder about, is this person wanting to be exclusive with it or whatever, because those are the things that you will have discussed. That's a sign of maturity on both parts. When you have a conversation like that, if you don't have that type of conversation and y'all sleeping together and you cooking dinner and cleaning the house and washing the clothes and all of that, don't be surprised when you find out that that person has a whole nother life. And they doing, and don't get mad either, because y'all never discussed it. Even if you living in the same house, shoot, they could just be see it as, that's less rent I gotta pay. I got somebody to help me foot the expenses. Hell, it's expensive as fuck living out here. You know, that could be what they thinking, and because y'all haven't talked about it, they just letting it pass. And it gets to a point where sometimes they hope that you don't ask that question, because they want things to stay exactly the way they are, where they don't have to make no commitment to you. So if you ever wonder if you're in a relationship and you ever feel uneasy about asking, you're not in a relationship. Just go ahead and assume that you are not in a relationship. And like I said, that whole cuddle thing, cuddle yourself. Hug the inside of you, because so many of us are raw in the inside. And when that shit is spilling to the outside and it's ruining good relationships. Heal yourself within. I don't care how many, like I said, I don't care how many crystals you energize in the sun. I don't care how much sage and lavender and Palo Santo and all of those things that you burn. I don't care how many crystal baths you take or whatever. None of that is going to heal the inside until you're ready to start the process. And it's not always an easy process. It's not always something that feels good. So many of us carry traumas from our childhood that we have yet to deal with. I saw someone ask, I think that was Sister Latava, as a matter of fact, asked the question of how long is childhood? And my thought when I saw it, and I tried to go back and Facebook refresh the damn feed, so I couldn't find it. And I said, well, I'll go back later to her page and find that particular one. Because I just wanted to say, childhood can last from the cradle to the grave for some people. If they are still harboring those childhood traumas and they have not worked to heal that trauma, to fill those voids, childhood is still happening for them, because every day they're living that trauma, and every decision they make is based around that trauma. And that trauma, let me tell you, it can whip your ass until you decide to put on the gloves and come out fighting. But again, you have to do that on the inside. You do that on the inside, and you'll even recognize that you don't need a lot of that stuff that's on the outside that you see people trying to sell to you. All of these things that they tell you are going to heal you and get your spiritual center up and all of these things, and you wondering why it's not working. It's because you're broken in there. You're broken. I'm hitting my chest. You can't see it, but you're broken in there. And until you go in there and do the repair work, become a handy woman on the inside, go in there and fix it. To stop we be out there trying to fix everything and everybody but us. I've seen a lot of us broken ones out there, self-included at one time. We want to go out there and try to fix these males. We get into the male repair business, and then again, we wonder how our lives still get turned upside down, inside out, because we still are broken inside, and fixing other people don't necessarily fix you. You still walk away when that job is done with the thought that I'm still broken. Something about me is still not right. I'm still not happy. I'm still not satisfied. So take the time to do that. Let that person, you got some graphic design experience, put two pictures of yourself together with with both of them holding each other. Do that. Cuddle with yourself. Care of your heart. And that's it. It's time for me to go ahead and get these skates off. I have some other things that I need to do. Matter of fact, I've actually got a live video that I need to do for my firearms class. And I have a live video that I need to do for Nandi's Naturals, my hair company. So I'm gonna be a little busy in the next few days. So I will make it back over here. I keep saying so. Why the hell did I keep saying? It just dawned on me, like, how many times you gonna say so, girl? Stop saying that shit. So what? See? So see that, and we don't recognize that they're habits, and that's the same thing that happens in that business of not repairing ourselves. It becomes habitual. The way that we perform our behaviors, they all become habitual. You know, if you're gonna form habits, let it be good habits, like I formed with this transition that started clicking for me tonight, where it was beneficial for me. You know, it gets me smoothly from one area of wherever I'm skating to the other area, you know, with the least amount of friction. So go ahead, get that inside job taken care of. Start working on it today. Don't wait for next year, or it don't even have to be a New Year's resolution. You don't need no vision board for it or nothing. Just get to work on what's in there. I rarely see anybody with a vision board that has like pictures of inner tissue, you know, like their heart and their lungs, and you know, and all of that, all those things to remind the brain, you know, all of those things to remind them that it's an inside job. So maybe with these vision boards and stuff, because I know a lot of people start doing them at this time of the year, maybe on the vision boards we should put those types of energy. We should put images that remind us that the inside needs to be cleansed. And then as we cleanse the inside, we can start to take care of the outside. Because I'm a firm believer of what's in us at some point physically manifests outside of us. And that can be a good thing or a bad thing. So y'all think on that. This is Nandi with the Code Name SISTA Podcast. Thank y'all for spending the evening with me. Don't forget to like, rate, review, subscribe, all those things. Find me on your favorite podcast player and subscribe to me so you know anytime I put up a new episode. Have a good day. This is Nandi. I am out.